Good morning, grade 5 mathletes! Welcome to week 6 of the Valenzuela Live in Mathematics 5. I am excited to give you our new lessons for today. Are you ready, mathletes? I am Mrs. Elizabeth R. Aguilar from Malinta Elementary School, your math teacher today. But before we proceed, I want you to do the following so your teacher will recognize your attendance and participation. First, type in your complete name, grade and section, your subject teacher, and your school in the comment box. Second, if you like to answer during our discussion, simply type in your answer in the comment box. And if you have some questions about the lesson discussed, you may also type in your questions before the session ends. In today's lesson, you will be able to learn the following. First, visualize multiplication of fractions using models and multiply a fraction and a whole number and another fraction. But before that, let's have our story time. Are you ready to hear a story? Great! Now, let's start. Once upon a time, there was a young boy named Mario who lived near the forest. He loved to roam around the forest and spent his leisure time seeking for wild fruits. He picked 2 baskets of wild berries, and each basket consists of 36 wild berries. As he continued his way, he saw a bunch of guavas. He picked some and put 12 guavas in each 2 baskets. He decided to go home and wanted to share the fruits. He started to count it one by one, but he's already tired. So, he thought of another way to determine the total number of fruits. He remembered this lesson on multiplication. He multiplied 2 baskets by 36 wild berries, so he got 72 wild berries. He also multiplied 12 guavas by 2 baskets, and he got 24. So, he got 96 wild berries and guavas. He was so excited to share 2/9 of them to his neighbor, 1/3 to his best friend, and 1/4 to his cousin. And the rest, he brought them at home. Now, based on our story, what operation Mario used to get the total number of fruits? Great, mathletes! He used multiplication. And what are the fractions you see in the story? Very good. They are 2/9, 1/3, and 1/4. Based on your answers from the objectives, do you know our topic for today? Great job, mathletes! Our topic for today is multiplication of fraction. But before that, let's have our first activity. Determine whether the fraction is in the lowest term. If it is in the lowest term, type yes. Otherwise, no. I will give you 3 seconds to answer each number. We have number 1, 2, 9s. Is it in the lowest term? Comment your answer. All right. So what is your answer? Very good. It's yes. 2/9 is in the lowest term. How about number 2? 2/12. 3 seconds. What's your answer? Correct. It's no. The fraction is not yet in lowest term. The lowest term of 2/12 is 1/6. How about number 3? 1/3. 3 seconds. All right. The answer is yes. Why? The fraction is already in lowest term. Good job, grade 5 mathletes. Let's have number 4. 9/15. What's your answer? If your answer is no, you're right. because it is not yet in lowest term. The lowest term of 9 over 15 is 3/5. And we have number 5, 1/4. Is it in the lowest term? All right. So the answer is yes. Congratulations, mathletes. You are all amazing. We have problem of the day. Mario brought another 3/4 kilogram of fruits from the forest. He gave 1/2 of it to his friends. How many kilograms were given to his friends? To solve this problem, we have to visualize 1/2 of 3/4. Remember, the word of means multiplication. So we are going to represent 1/2 as a whole divided into 2 with 1 shaded parts. And we represent 3/4 as a whole divided to 4 equal parts with 3 shaded parts. Then we are going to combine the two illustrations and we get 3 double shaded parts as our numerator, and the rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts, and that will be our denominator. So we have 1/2 times 3/4 is equal to 3/8. Thus, Mario gave 3/8 kilogram to his friends. We have another example. Find 1/3 of 4/5. We are going to illustrate. 1/3 times 4/5. We represent 1/3 as a whole divided into 3 equal parts with 1 shaded parts. And we represent 4/5 as a whole divided to 5 equal parts with 4 shaded parts. So we are going to combine the two illustrations and we get 4 double shaded parts, and the rectangle is divided into 15 equal parts, and that is our denominator. 1/3 of 4/5 is 4 over 15. We have 1/3 of 4/5 is equal to 1/3 times 4/5 is 4 over 15. We have more example for visualization of multiplication of fraction. We have 3/8 of 4/5 or 3/8 times 4/5. We represent 3/8 as a whole divided into 8 equal parts with 3 shaded parts. And we represent 4/5 as a whole divided it into 5 equal parts with 4 shaded parts. We are going to combine the two illustrations. Then we get 12 double shaded parts as our numerator. And the rectangle is divided into 40 smaller rectangles. And that is your denominator. 3/8 of 4/5 is 12 over 40. To simplify, we have 3 over 10. All right. Do you remember this? We use illustration to visualize multiplication of fraction. Now, let's have the activity called Visually Perfect. I want you to visualize the multiplication of fractions through illustrations. Give the product of the fractions. I will give you 10 seconds for you to answer each number. So let's have number 1. 1/2 of 3/4 or 1/2 times 3/4. 10 seconds. All right, what is the correct answer? So we have 1/2 of 3/4. We're going to combine the two illustrations and we get 3 double shaded parts as our numerator, and we have 8 equal parts as our denominator. So 1/2 times 3/4 is equal to 3/8. Let's have number 2. 1/3 of 1/5 or 1/3 times 1/5. 10 seconds. All right. What is your answer? We have 1/3 of 1/5 or 1/3 times 1/5. So let's combine the two illustrations. We get 1 double shaded part as our numerator, and we have 15 as our denominator. So 1/3 times 1/5 is equal to 1/15. Number 3, 1/3 of 2/7 or 1/3 times 2/7. I will give you 10 seconds for this. All right, what is your answer? We have 1/3 of 2/7 or 1/3 times 2/7. Let's combine the two illustrations. We have 2 double shaded parts as our numerator and 21 as our denominator. So 1/3 times 2/7 is equal to 2/21. Great job, mathletes! All right, based from our answer in the visually perfect, do you have an idea on performing multiplying of fraction? Great! Let's have multiplying fraction by a whole number. So we have 5 times 1/5. We can say that there are 5 groups of 1/5 or there are 5 sets of 1/5. So we can write as 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. And it is equal to 5/5. Or through multiplication. 5 times 1/5 is equal to, we rename the whole number 5 to fraction by putting 1 as the denominator times 1/5. Let's multiply the numerator, 5 times 1. And let's multiply the denominator, 1 times 5. Okay, 5 times 1 is equal to 5, and 1 times 5 is equal to 5. So the answer is 5/5 or 1 whole. Right, let's have another example. What is the result if we multiply 2/5 by 25? All right, so we have 2/5 times 25. Let's rename 25 to fraction by putting 1 as the denominator. Then let's multiply the numerator. 2 times 25 is equal to, and 5 times 1, we have 2 times 25 is equal to 50, and 5 times 1 is equal to 5. Let's simplify our answer, and our final answer is 10. Did you get the correct answer? Great, mathletes. And we have multiplying fraction by a fraction. First example, 2/3 times 1/4. First thing to do, we are going to multiply first the numerator, 2 times 1. Then multiply the denominator, 3 times 4. Okay, let's solve. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 4 is 12. So, our answer is 2/12. But 2/12 is not yet in the lowest term. We have to simplify it. Using the listing method, we have the factors of 2. We have 1 and 2, and factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Our GCF is 2. We are going to use the GCF to divide both numerators and denominator. So we have 2 divided by 2 is 1. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Our final answer is 1/6. All right, let's have another example. We have 1/4 times 3/8. First thing to do, let's multiply the numerators. We have 1 times 3, And let's multiply the denominators. 4 times 8. So we have 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 4 times 8 is equal to 32. Since 3 over 32 is already in the simplest form, you can say that the final answer is 3 over 32. All right, so remember to multiply a fraction and another fraction, multiply the numerator and the denominator. Then simplify if necessary. Now, it's your turn, grade 5 mathletes. Let's have our activity. It is called Math DIY or Do It Yourself. I want you to find the product, simplify the answer if possible, write your answer in the comment box. I will give you 30 seconds to answer each question. We have number 1, 2/3 times 12. 30 seconds. All right, what is your answer? We have 2/3 times 12 is equal to 24/3 or 8. Did you get the correct answer? Very good, mathletes. Let's go to number 2. 3/4 times 8. 30 seconds. Okay, so the answer for 3/4 times 8 is 24 over 4. Or to simplify, we have 6. Very good, grade 5 mathletes. Let's go to number 3. 25 times 1/5. Okay, what is the correct answer? Great. The answer is 25 over 5. Or to simplify, we have 5. This time, you have to multiply fraction to another fraction. For number 4, 2/3 times 5/7. 30 seconds. All right. What's your answer? 2/3 times 5/7 is equal to 10 over 21. Very good, mathletes. And we have for our last number, 4/5 times 1/3. All right, what is your answer? Very good. The answer is 4 over 15. Great job, grade 5 mathletes. Now, I want you to remember this. Number 1, we use illustrations to visualize multiplication of fraction. Draw the first factor and the second factor, then combine the two illustrations. Count the double-shaded small rectangles as the numerator, then count all small rectangles as the denominator. Number 2, to multiply a fraction with a whole number, rename the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. Multiply the numerators, then the denominators. We have number 3, to multiply a fraction with another fraction, multiply both the numerators and the denominators. And of course, make sure that your answer is always written in simplest form. All right. Now for our question and answer. If you have questions, please type in the comment section. Our teacher in charge will gather and we will try to answer all your queries. All right, we have our first question. Do you need to change the similar fractions to similar fractions before multiplying them? Okay, so there's no need to change the similar fractions to similar because in multiplication of fractions, just multiply both the numerators and the denominators. So we have another question. How do we multiply mixed fraction? That is a very good question. First, we have to convert mixed fractions to improper form, then multiply the same way as you multiply proper fractions. All right, for your assignment, answer your self-learning module on page 27. Write a multiplication equation and illustrate the answer. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Mrs. Elizabeth R. Aguilar from Malinta Elementary School saying, keep safe. See you next time. Bye.